Hi everybody, welcome to our first Spanish video. This will be helpful for you before you take the test, so I'm going to make sure to put a note about that. Alright, open your Spanish textbook to 273. We're going to cover a few things that you've kind of had to do on your own the last week. I want to make sure I have a chance to explain it to you before you get tested on it. Alright, 273. I'll wait. Just kidding. Pause it if you need to. Okay, so the thing about saber and conocer is saber is to know information. Conocer is to know a person or a place or a feeling. It's like to be familiar with something. All right, so knowing that, it kind of makes it easy to choose which one you're going to use. But on 273, not only did you have to choose which one, you also had to conjugate it. And both of these verbs are irregular in the yo form only. So for saber, he knows, sabe. We know, sabemos. You know, sabes. They know, saben. The one that's different is yo. It's yo sé. S-E with an accent. And the same thing goes for conocer. They're all regular. He knows, conoce. You know, conoces. They know, conocen. We know, conocemos. But the one that's different, this is a Z verb. So it's for yo, I know, is conozco. Z-C-O at the end. So that's the only thing weird about it. And then it's easy to know the difference between if you're knowing information, somebody's address or phone number. But if it's talking about people or like I've lived in Rocky Mount 20 years. I know Rocky Mount. Conozco Rocky Mount, right? People, places, or feelings. Like one of them I think is I know sorrow. I know joy. Conozco feliz. I know happiness. All right, next page. This is 275. And so the question, do you know that is sabe usted que? And it's Q-U-E-K without an accent. Because if it has an accent, it makes it a question word. What? Like that. So it's just that. And it's little Q-U-E, no accent on it. Of course, you could also say sabes que. Do you know that if you're asking someone that you're close to? In the book, it almost always goes with the usted form. So it's sabe usted que. But the thing about this, I noticed on a lot of your homework, the verb after that needs to be conjugated. Like number one, do you know that the teacher presents the lesson? Sabe usted que, o sabes que, the teacher, la profesora, presents the lesson. So who's presenting? Well, she is. So it's presenta. It's an AR verb. Take the R off. Presenta la lección. All right. So that was the thing about that. A lot of you on the verbs at the end of the sentence did not conjugate them. You left the R on them, and that really doesn't make sense. All right. And then next page, 277. It's the same exact thing, except you're just using other words besides que, which means that in there. You're using the other question words. When, how, where, why. And there's a list of those right on 276. You can check those. You'll need to know those for the test. And then, so for example, I'm on 277, number 6. I know how the students learn the verse. It's some information I know. So I'm going to use saber. And what's the conjugation for I know with saber? Sé. Yo sé. How is como. The students, you could say los alumnos, los estudiantes, las estudiantes. And then they learn. The next word is learn. Who's learning? The students, plural. So it's aprenden with an N on the end of it. El versículo, the verse. Okay, so you just take it one word at a time, but don't forget to conjugate the verb unless it has the word to in front of it. Then you don't. It's infinitive. All right, next page, 278, 279. This is another type of irregular verb. These are called G verbs. I'm going to try to link a video up to this soon, a YouTube video of someone else. They call them yo verbs because you only put the G in it for the yo form, which always ends in O, right? Hablo, I speak. Miro, I look. So same thing for these. It's just in the yo form. So hacer, to do or to make, becomes hago. It's not H-A-C-O, H-A-G-O. It's a go-yo verb. All of these are pongo. Poner is to put. Pongo, I put. Traer, you have to change the E to an I also. So it's take. Or bring. I bring. Traigo. Traigo. T-R-A-I-G-O. Salir is to leave. Think of salute when somebody leaves. Salgo. I leave. Salgo. Oír is to hear. And it's a go-yo verb, so you're going to put the G in there. Also an I. Oigo. I hear. Oigo, I'll go. I hear something. And then decir is to say. It's different than hablar, which is to speak. Decir is to say something specifically. I say digo. But these last two, oír and decir, they're also a little irregular in some of the other forms. Decir becomes an I verb also, not in the nosotros or we say form, but in all the other ones. He says instead of dice, D-E-C-E, the first E becomes an I, dice. You know, you've heard me say, ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say? ¿Cómo se dice? The E changes to an I. And then for oír, 278, all this is written down in your book, you have to put a Y in there instead of an I. O-I-E is not the word for he hears. O-Y-E. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. And, all right, so the next page is 282, 283. And just pause this if I'm going too fast. Pause and rewind it. This is a question. In the book it says, shall I? We would typically, I think, say, should I? Like, should I go? Should I stand up? Should I say something? We don't usually use that word shall, but so think of it more like should I. What you do is you just put it in the yo form and make it a question. Should I study? Estudio is I study. Estudio. So make it a question. Estudio? That means, should I study? Well, yes, you should study. All right. And then moving on to 284, this is shall we or should we? And it's the same thing. You just put it in the nosotros form. Should we study? Estudiamos is we study. And you want to make it a question. Should we study? Estudiamos. So it depends on your tone of voice. You have to make it sound like a question at the end. You know how your voice goes up at the end of a question? Just like that. Estudiamos. All right. And one more thing. This is about the direct object pronouns. This is on 292 and 293. All right. Now, there's actually going to be in a later lesson, we're going to learn about a different placement for the pronoun. But right now, we're going to put our pronouns, direct object pronouns, on the end of the verb and make it one long word. All right. So we've got 4 pronouns on this page. Lo for singular masculine, la, los, and las for the other 3. And those happen to be the same word as the for those for singular feminine, la silla, the chair. The pronoun for singular feminine direct object is the same as la. Plural masculine, los. Plural feminine, las. Just don't say el for the singular masculine. That one is lo. They're all L words for to say him, her, it, or them. That's what we're saying. So we say look at him. Mira is look. It's from the word mirar. Mira. We want to say look at him. Míralo. Look at her. Mírala. Look at those guys. Míralos. Look at those girls. Míralas. So on the test, there's a place where you have to replace the direct object word with the pronoun, which is it, right? Or he, or she, or them. So it's so easy. Look at the word before the pronoun And it's mostly going to be the same. So look on page 295 real quick. Section 2, I want to say section 2, number 1. It says, please prepare the homework. Favor de preparar la tarea. So the word la in this sentence is the, but it's also going to be the pronoun, it. All right, so we're going to stick it on the verb, the one that has the R on it. So the answer is favor de prepararla. Prepararla, one word. All right, now number 2 is different because it has el, and we have to change el to lo when we make it a pronoun. All right, so let's copy the vocabulary is what number 2 says. Vamos, as we're going, or let's, a copiarlo. So you get rid of el vocabulario. You're not saying, let's copy it, the vocabulary. You're just saying, let's copy it. We're changing it. So it's vamos a copiarlo. No copiar el. That means let's copy the. So you got to make sure for el, you change it to lo. But the rest of them, la, los, las, your the word is the same as your object word, object pronoun word. All right, and make sure that you leave out the actual object pronoun noun. All right, like homework or vocabulary or questions or whatever it is. All right, that is on the test. And one more thing, there's the other 3 direct object pronouns. And this is for me, it's me. Does that sound familiar? We've had that before. For you, my good friend, tú, it's te, te. And then for us, it's nos. Nos means us. Nosotros means we. Nos is an object pronoun. It comes at the end of a sentence. Nosotros is a subject pronoun. It comes at the beginning of the sentence. Right? So we want to say, look at me, mírame. Mira is look, from mirar. Mírame. Look at us, míranos. Míranos, one word. Look at you, mírate. Mírate. M-I-R-A-T-E, one word. All right. So, for example, on 297, section 2, let's do number 2, invite him. The word for invite is invitar. A-R, verb. So we want to tell somebody to do it. You just take the R off. Invita. Invita. When we say invite him, invítalo. If I was going to say invite me, invítame. Invite us, invítanos. So you just stick the correct pronoun on the end of the verb. And there's 2 times you do this, and it's so far it's every time. It's either going to be a command telling you to do something, look at me, invite me, whatever, or it's going to have 2 verbs in it, and the second one still has the R on the end of it. So like in section 3, number 1 says, do you want to invite me to the banquet? ¿Quieres? Do you want? ¿Quieres? To invite me, to invite, that's infinitive. So this verb has the R on it. Invitarme, invitarme, to invite me al banquete, to the banquet. Sounds a little presumptuous to me to ask someone if they want to invite you, but that's the way it is in the book. So anyway, I hope this makes sense to you. Just send in questions if you have them. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to answer. And I will make another video about the next chapters probably today or tomorrow. So I won't wait till the end before that. And I'm sorry I did. I had to get instructions from my son on how to do it. So anyway, I miss you guys. I hope you do well on the test tomorrow. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.